Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching sense organs part 3. So, in the last class we studied about the structure of a beautiful sense organ. What is that? Eye. So, what are the three layers present in the eye, children? Outer sclera, okay, outer sclera, middle choroid and inner retina. Okay. So, what are the cells present in the innermost layer of the eye? That is rods and cones. These are also called photoreceptors. Actually, these are the cells which receive the light. Okay. And what is the region? What is the region where more number of these rods and cones are present in the eye? That is present on the retina? Fovea, isn't it? Fovea is also called a yellow spot or macula. And what is the region where there are no rods and cones present on the retina? That is blind spot. The blind spot is the region from where this optic nerve arises. Okay. So, today more about the eye we are going to learn. Are you ready, children? Let us proceed. The functioning of eye we are discussing. Either way, images are not sharp without corrective lenses. So, we ended the last class with the myopia and hypermetropia, that is short sightedness and long sightedness, isn't it? So, the real work in the retina is performed by light sensitive cells known as photoreceptors. Okay. These photoreceptors consist of two different types of specialized cells. What are they? Rods and cones that absorb the light energy and respond by creating nerve impulses, some electrical impulses, nerve impulses. The light energy is converted into these electrical impulses by rods and cones. But why are there two sorts of photoreceptors? Okay, it is good, but why there are two sorts of these photoreceptors? So, our eyes function sometimes in near darkness and sometimes in bright light, isn't it? So, that is why these two sorts of the photoreceptors are designed or present in our eyes, in a human eye. Okay. So, what are they? Rods and cones. These are together called photoreceptors. So, if you take a cone, okay, it is having a nucleus, the synaptic endings are present and possess the discs. What is the function of these cones and rods? They convert the light energy into nerve impulses and pass that message to the optic nerve, which carries it to the brain. Okay. So, if you take rods, rods also similar in structure, but the synaptic ends, the nuclei, and here the discs are present. Okay. They vary in the pigment. Rods contain a special pigment called rhodopsin. It is also called visual purple. Okay. And the cones possess iodopsin. Okay. So, let us know more. These two types of processors involving distinct receptor cell types named for their shapes have evolved for this purpose. nearly 125 million tiny rods containing the pigment rhodopsin. Rhodopsin is the pigment which is active, and we can able to see in the dark with the help of rods. Okay, that is, they detect low intensities of light or dim light. We can able to see the objects in the dim light or at night due to the presence of rhodopsin pigment which is present in the rods. Rods are active during night time. Okay, though they cannot make the distinctions that give us to our sensations of color, but the presence of this rhodopsin and the rods will help us to see the objects in the dim light, okay, during night time. These are the rods. Next, the cell and tissues in the eye we are discussing. So, what are the cells and tissues? Mainly two types of cells are present in the retina, the rods and cones. What is the pigment present in the rods? Rhodopsin. Okay, now come to the next. Making the fine distinctions necessary for the color vision, it is the job of the nearly 7 million, means compared to rods, these are less in number, 7 million cones containing the pigment. What is that pigment? Iodopsin, that comes into play in the brighter light. Okay, cones are made up of iodopsin pigment, and we could able to see the objects in the presence of this iodopsin pigment during daytime or in the bright light. Okay, they clear. These cones have the ability to distinguish different colors. So, each cone is specialized to detect the light waves we sense either as blue, red or yellow, and the array of colors formed by their combinations. Okay, these are, that's why they are called primary colors. You know, trophic signals, they are blue, red, yellow, okay, or green, red and yellow colors will be there in the trophic signals, because the primary colors our eyes can easily detect. Okay, the remaining colors are all the combinations of these colors only. So, thus the yellow field, the bright red morning sun and the blue sky and all other colors in the nature are sensed, enjoyed with our eyes. Okay, the cones concentrate most in the very center of the retina in a small region that is called fovea. So, which gives us our sharpest vision. Okay, means the region where there is a large number of cones are present in the eye, a spot that is called as a fovea or yellow spot or macula. Okay, so here the two figures are given here, you could observe carefully. So, the first A figure, are these lines straight or not? Will you able to see the lines straight? Yeah. Next here, which one is having the big circle in the center? Which one is having the big circle in the center? Either this or this. So, actually here see this is called the optic illusion. Okay. So, kindly observe children these two figures. Next, with the movements of our eyeballs, we use the fovea to scan whatever interests us visually, the features of a face or perhaps a flower or any a bright colored object or clothes, any shopping when you are doing. So, these cones in the fovea, the region where more number of cones are present, will scan whatever interests us visually. Okay. There are other types of cells in the retina that do not respond directly to the light. So, these handle the job of collecting the impulses from many photoreceptors, that is rods and cones, and shuttling them onto the nerve cells. The presence of some other receptor cells sensitive to the edges and the boundaries of objects, and those that respond to the light and shadow and motion in the retina have also been reported recently. So much research work is going on. So, the presence of some other receptor cells are also present, which are sensitive, and they are having the edges and boundaries of objects, and those that respond to the light and shadow and even the motion in the retina have also reported recently. The bundle together, the nerve cells make up the optic nerve. Okay, how this optic nerve? What is an optic nerve? Optic nerve is nothing but the sensory nerve which carries the sensory information from eye to the brain is called optic nerve. How this optic nerve is formed means these cells, the bundles of cells, receptor cells which are present in the eye, they together form this optic nerve. The nerve cells. The optic nerve function is it transports the visual information from the eye to the brain. Okay. What is the function of optic nerve? It carries the visual information from eye to brain. So, actually we are seeing actually with our brain, not with the eyes, because the response is generated in the brain. So, again it is important to understand that the optic nerve carries no light, only patterns of nerve impulses conveying information derived from the incoming light is carried. Light as it is not carried to the brain. The light is converted into the nerve impulses. That impulses contain the information derived from the incoming light. This is passed to the brain. Okay? Each of the eyes collects the slightly different view of an object. There are two eyes are there. So, each of the eye collect a different view of an object. The brain puts these two views together. Okay, it will interpret, and a three-dimensional picture is formed. Okay. So, just as strangely there is a small area of the retina in each eye where everyone is blind, okay, because that part of the retina has no photoreceptors, no rods, no cones. So, that is why it is also called blind spot. Okay. This blind spot is located at the point where optic nerve exits each eye. So, what is the blind spot, children? The blind spot is the place where there are no photoreceptors. Where it is located? It is located at the point where the optic nerve exits each eye, means comes out from each eye, and the result is a gap in the visual field. There is a gap in the visual field. So, you do not know, okay, you do not experience blindness there, because what one eye misses is resisted by the other eye. See the beauty here. Okay. We do not notice the blindness because what one eye misses, that is right or left, it is resisted by the other eye. Okay. If right eye misses any information, it is resisted by left eye. okay, and it is the brain fills in the gap present, it fills in by the brain, the spot with information that matches the background. Okay, for to understand this, one simple activity is given. Hold the textbook at arm's length and close your right eye and fix your left eye straight, okay, as shown in the figure here, okay, like this. So, keep your right eye closed and bring the book slowly closer, okay. It is the image in the textbook, okay. Keep your right eye closed and bring the book slowly closer. When it is about 8 to 10 inches away, the gap disappears as it is on the blind spot of your left eye, okay. So, it disappears because you feel that there is nothing, because the blind spot of your left eye 8 to 10 inches away the gap, okay. So, but you will not see a hole in your visual field. Instead, your visual system fills in the missing area with information from the blue line on either side, okay. So, that is the experience you can, when you close your right eye and bring a book close to the left eye about 8 to 10 inches, then you will find nothing, okay. So, the eye protection, it is very important. Eye is the most sensitive organ, most important organ, okay. Sarvendriyanam nayanam pradhanam, okay, means eye is the most important sense organ, okay. Protection of the eye is very important. Each eye is protected by eyelids. There are different structures are there which protect the eye, that is eyelids, eyelashes, eyebrows and the lacrimal or tear glands. They are the protective devices. A thin membrane that covers the front part of the eye, that is called conjunctiva, it is also protect the eye, and the conjunctiva is made up of a transparent epithelium, protective epithelium, okay, tissue, epithelial tissue. So, this is the typical eye, this is eyebrow, eyelash, eyelids, okay, and a layer in front that is called conjunctiva, and here, okay, this is the region where this the tear glands or lacrimal glands are present, which secretes a watery substance that is called lacrimal secretion or tears, will protect the eye. Always keep your eye moist, okay. Next, it is also a protective cover to the eye. What is that? That is conjunctiva. So, whenever unwanted substances come in contact with this layer, what is that layer? Conjunctiva. The lacrimal glands are stimulated to wash the substance out of the eye. So, that is why some watery substance is secreted, okay. Irritation, when a dust fall in the eye or when any small insect accidentally enter the eye, then what happen? Immediately the lacrimal glands get activated and they secrete some watery substance. The fluid that are filled in the eyeball, they are the vitreous and aqueous chambers. They protect the lens and other parts of the eye from mechanical shocks, okay. The aqueous humor and vitreous humor act like shock absorbers and protect the eye from shocks, mechanical shocks. The next, cornea. Cornea is the clean window in the sclera, the outer layer in the front of the iris, okay. it protects the eye, cornea protects the eye from direct exposure to light. Okay. Next, eye, some structures that bring about the adjustments in the eye. The iris, it is a muscular structure which adjusts the size of the pupil, which is nothing but a gap between the iris in front of the lens. Adjustments are made depending upon the intensity of light. Okay, when more light is entering into the eye, then what happens? That pupil will contract. When less light is available, dim light, then the pupil will expand so that more light enters inside. The ciliary muscles and suspensor ligaments. So, we have observed all these structures in the structure of eye. At that time we have seen, okay, the ciliary muscles, ligaments, sensor, suspensor ligaments are capable of adjusting the focal length of the eye lens. Okay, see here, you can see the ciliary body or ciliary muscles, iris, lens, and this is the pupil part, pupil. Okay, the ciliary body, sclera is outermost layer. Okay, so the adjustments are made depending on the light intensity. When less light is there, this pupil portion will expand so that light enters into the, reflects onto the lens, fall on the lens and reflect it to the retina. Okay, whereas when the more bright light is present, then the pupil will contract, so the less amount of light will enter inside. All these mechanisms help the eye, protect the eye. Okay, so it's a well designed structure. Okay, perfectly designed. So this is the iris part which imparts color to the eyeball. Okay, it may be the blue color, or in some people mostly black and brown are the dominant. Okay, then cat eyes and other, they are recessive. Okay, hope you understood, children. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.